Well, hello, Tubies. It's Vicky, me love Bono, and this is my entry, and boy, did I get in just in time. I didn't think I was going to make it, but I did, and this is my entry to Oh Snap Gonzo's 1000 subby giveaway challenge. Woohoo! Congratulations, Sandra. You should have 101,000 subbies. And one day I bet you will. I found Sandra maybe about a year ago or so when I was over on Rashida's, who is MMDO1128, and I always forget those last two numbers. Anyway, I was on her site or her channel, and I saw this post by Sandra, and I don't know what it was about, but it intrigued me, and I followed it, and I've been a subby ever since. If by some strange chance you don't know Oh Snap Gonzo or Sandra, go right now before you forget and check out her channel. I think the contest or challenge ends on March 8th, 2014. I'm not sure about that. So what you should do is just go on over and check, and maybe you still have time to get in and participate. Guess what she's given away? A selfie printer. I've kind of wanted one of those for a while now, but I'm always like, oh, I don't know, would I use it? Let me tell you, if I win it, I'm going to use it. So what a great gift. I'm not surprised. Thank you, Sandra, for a fun challenge and a great prize. I have really enjoyed watching people's video responses to this challenge. So here's a scoop. Here's how it works. Sandra wanted you to show like one of the first layouts that you ever did, then the transitioning stage, like as your style was changing, if it has, and then a most recent layout. So that's going to be 3 layouts. When you first started, transitioning, and then finally something very recent. I think she asked us to say what changed our style. Hands down, I feel like this is repetitive. I wish I had a different answer, but it's YouTube. Here's what I learned with YouTube. The first thing, of course, is the different styles, and I'd learned to be a little bit more trendy, but looking back, I started to scrapbook in about 2006. Now, I had a scrapbook back in 1969, 1970. I was 9-10 years old, and I still have that scrapbook album. But back then, you didn't just put pictures in. You put coins and notes from friends and boyfriends and pictures and memorabilia. So, for me, it wasn't just all about photographs. Like in my old scrapbook album from when I'm 9 or 10, I had my David Cassidy Partridge Family Fan Club official list. Did I say that properly? And I actually got it in a coloring book or a sticker book. And in the book, it had like this page, and it had David Cassidy's picture in cartoon format, and then there was like 20 spaces underneath, and you could sign up people to be on David Cassidy and the Partridge Family's fan club list. Oh my gosh. I was probably in maybe 4th or 5th grade, maybe 5th or 6th. But I remember we didn't have enough spaces for everybody to sign up to be on the fan club list, and people were actually getting mad. Feelings were hurt. And they was like, well, why don't you just draw in an extra line? And I was like, no, because you don't know this, but when I get older, I'm going to be OCD. So I'm already a little OCD now, even though I'm like 9 or 10. But if this page says 20 people can sign up, and then that's all that we're going to sign up. I remember, like, my best friend and I at that time, she was off sick the day that I took the fan club list to school, and we were mad at each other for weeks because I was like, I cannot just let you sign your name. There's not enough spaces. Needless to say, we're not friends anymore. Although I am still friends with a lot of girls that I would, well, couple, but not that particular one. After that, it was just never the same. So that's what went on in my scrapbook 40 plus years ago. But when I found out that I was going to be a grandma, oh, I could not wait to start scrapbooking. Back then, QVC used to have scrapbook fairs, just kind of like HSN does today. All day long, through the night, they would sell scrapbook stuff. And for a long time, I would just watch the different shows about scrapbooking. And, keep in mind, it wasn't really a show. They were trying to sell stuff, but they would have different vendors and people from the companies on to show you how to do this and that. And I loved watching it. But get this, I never ordered anything because I felt like it was too expensive. Do you even believe that I'm saying that? Like back then, I'm going out on a limb here. I think that like a scrapbook kit that you would buy from QVC was like $19.99, and you got stickers and you got the album and sometimes you got the adhesive, and I would sit there watching QVC with the remote control in my hand and the phone nearby thinking, I am not paying $19.99 for 20 papers and an album and some stickers. Yeah. Well, as soon as I found out I was going to be a grandma, which was in like November or December of 2005. Yeah, so I started to scrap again in 2005. Listen, I was on that phone to QVC so quick it'd make your head spin. And I never looked back. Now, after QVC, then I got hooked on DIY scrapbooking. And I think it was on cable. I forget what channel. Maybe the DIY network back then. And I used to watch this TV show called, well, I just said it, DIY scrapbooking, but the woman who did the show was named Sandy Genovese. Yeah. Does anybody remember her? And I even remember Anna Griffin used to be on that show. So I just thought Anna Griffin used to be the end-all be-all. I still love her work, but Anna does so many florals and flourishes. She definitely does a girly style. Believe me, I bought it anyway, even though I couldn't use it on my new little grandson, which is now 7 years old. Anyway, my battery's running low again, guys. Let me get started. Here is one of the first albums that I put together. Now, this don't look bad, right? I mean, for a first-time layout. But the reason it doesn't look too bad is because I followed exactly what Sandy Genovese showed us how to do. Now, hang on. I'm going to show you some more layouts since I have them out. Okay, look at this one. The pictures are all hodgepodge, scattered, wattered. And look on here. You see the Winnie the Pooh? It was one of those metal stencil things, and you would put that metal stencil under your paper with a light box and draw with a metal stylus, and it would give you the embossed effect. And look here how I just got my journaling Enio place. I don't think this looks too bad, and that's my Nady when he was a few months old. And look at the ribbon. I actually used ribbon back then. I still love ribbon, I just don't use it enough. Here's some really big cardstock alphas. That down here at the bottom is vellum, and I just ripped it to make it look like water with little stickers in it. And you know I was a 2-page, double-page layout girl. So I continued it over to this side. And it reads, Bath Time a Breakdown. Sometimes he'd have a little fit during his bath times. Look at this face. Oh, I could gobble him up. There's some more stickers. That's me and my Nene. And look, there's the faux stitching. And I think they called this color blocking. Oh, and these pens that I did the stitching with was like gel. If you run your fingers over it, it has a little depth to it. It has like a raised texture to it. Oh, now look at this. This was a technique they showed on DIY scrapbooking, and the word dad is put together with hot glue, colored hot glue. And then look, there's my attempt at circles, journaling in a circle. And the word fish is also hot glue. This is one of those big, like spongy type of stamps. And there's more. I still, at this point, have not found YouTube. See the vellum? I stamped on vellum and then cut the little butterflies out. Again, this was a technique Sandy Genovese did. Here's another. I still have not found YouTube by this point. But I noticed a lot of us did this. Everything was very theme-ish. Now, this is the midway point. I did this layout here, for a young woman who did videos or used to do videos. Gosh, I forget who it was. But you can see now I have found sassafras lass. I found thickers. In fact, this was the purchase of one of my very first packs of thickers. Now, even then, I was still struggling with paying a lot for products, but I found these thickers at Big Lots for like $2. And there's a brick stencil. There's the Lawn Fawn Polaroid stamp. And this is definitely right here, the middle of my scrapbooking history. This was the first layout I ever put together for the YouTube layout hop. Back then, they asked us to use kind of current products, new releases, and this is one of the first times I ever bought any designer paper. In fact, I did this first, and then the other one I just showed you was the second one. And, who was that? Gosh. Oh, Bunny? I forget. But it was a really cute collection. And let me tell you guys, I never looked back. There's like one of those placemat type of things in here, layered back here. And then over here is my lattice punch and flowers. I don't know if, no, those are not I Am Roses. But yeah, that was definitely the transition. And when I started to pay whatever they were asking. And this is my most recent layout. That's Nate this past Christmas. Every year we wait for the arrival of the almighty Toys R Us catalog. Now, he doesn't really do a Christmas list or letter to Santa. We always go through and circle the things that he wants in the Toys R Us ad. And I mean, they send out this ad mid-November, I guess. That little catalog is thick. When he was younger and he couldn't really write a letter to Santa, what I would do is sit here with him and go through the catalog, and I would tell him, circle the things you want really, really, really bad with red. Circle the things that you kind of want with green. And then circle the things that, well, maybe you might want Mama or Dad to buy you with black. So put your favorite is red, mediocre green, and black. And that's the way we do it every year. Now you'll see I use I think those are, wow, I don't know what the name, I'm thinking Pringle or Kringle for the thickers. This is basic gray, the black letters. The background paper, which is so cool for this, see it says North Pole and the geotag is on the paper. The paper is Holiday Jubilee by Prima Marketing. This right here is Webster's Pages. This is tissue paper. This is just cardstock from some of the collections I had this year. The elf I cut out from the Bo Bunny Elf Magic Collection. The sticker here, Naughty or Nice, I'm not sure where it's from. You'll remember I just did a haul video on these little chalkboards, and it's the Recollections brand. I got it in the dollar bin. I hope you can see it. There's a terrible glare. The Got Coal is from the Joyful Moose on Etsy. The little cardinal is Jolie Boutique. I could not tell you where I got the little lights here, but I've had them for years. And I think that's about it, guys. I'll zoom in. I wrote that North Pole 151 miles. That's a Studio Calico wood veneer. I like my little cluster. I think I might be catching on after all this time to layering. I thought that was so cute. And guys, that's it. I hope y'all have time to participate. If you do, good luck. And again, Sandra, thank you so much for the opportunity to win such a nice prize. Most of all, thank you for sharing your projects. She does everything over there. She paints, she does smash books, she does layouts and cards. So she's very creative. Go over and check her channel out. And if you participate, good luck, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon.